Good morning, girls. The first question I marked was 14. Amanda randomly chose 2 pieces of fruit from a bowl. Contains 4 apples, 6 bananas. Complete the probability tree. In this case, you were lucky. The probability tree was given to you to start with, and the first branch was actually written on. This won't always happen. So our first probability tree is completed from here. If she ate 1 piece of fruit, she's now only got 9 to choose from. So every denominator had to change to 9. The numerator's changed according to what piece of fruit she ate. So if she ate an apple, she's now only got 3 apples in the basket. If she ate a banana, she's only got 5. You needed to have this totally correct for a mark. Be careful that your probabilities add up to 1. It's a good check. The second part, you had to justify whether she would choose 2 pieces of fruit or 2 different pieces or 2 of the same. Key word is justify. Justify means you need to tell me what is your answer and why. So this question, we just calculated the probabilities along the apple banana branch. So 4 times 10, 4 over 10 times 6 times 9, and the banana apple branch. When you're going along a branch, it's multiply. And then I add those 2 probabilities to give me the total chance of the 2 different pieces of fruit occurring. The answer is 8 over 15. That means that the chance of 2 of the same pieces of fruit is only 7 over 15. Justify, more likely to choose 2 different pieces of fruit as the probability of 2 pieces of different fruit is higher. Some of you just gave us these calculations and made the statement. I accepted that, but the more you think about your written responses, the better you're going to be. So 1 mark is working towards with minor errors, 2 marks for correct solution and everything correct. Next question was an algebra question. If you had done the work that we had been set for you, this question would have been a piece of cake. So it was a very straightforward algebra question, algebraic modelling. So an equation for the cost of repairing a pair of shoes, an equation always starts with a C equals or something equals. That's what an equation is. If it doesn't start with or have an equals, it's an expression. So an equation has an equals in it. The answer for that one was the fixed cost 2,880 plus 13n is equal to your C. Your n is your independent variable. Your C on the y-axis is your dependent. Be careful with your writing. Some of you started to get a bit sloppy with your 8s, and in fact you misread your own writing further down. You need to be very careful. The second part of this question asks you to see where they intersect and then write down what it means. Again, show your working. Do a construction line here to show you've gone up 90 and across to 4,000. Many of you got the point right. If you didn't have it as a point, it's just numbers. So a point has to include brackets and a comma. Some of you actually wrote n equals 90 and c equals 4,000. I accepted that as well. Approximately, because this number, both these numbers depended on your reading of the graph. The second question asks you to explain what the intersection means. The best word to use is the break-even point. However, some of you chose to express it differently. You need to be careful to say that this is where the costs equal the income. So this is an all profit here. So it's very picky, but make sure you say at this point the costs equal profit. We're not worried about what's going on here. That's about points up here. You needed to make sure you are very succinct in your statement, and break-even point is the best word to use. This question C was the hardest one to do, and you need to understand that profit is equal to income minus the cost. So it's an algebraic modeling question. So we go from this concept to use my algebra. 45N is your income minus your cost, and simplify that, and you end up with what they gave us in the question. We spoke about the word show. Show means that you understand what or how they arrived at their answer. So by substituting something in, you're not showing me. You needed to do this. Some of you did do a slightly different way, and you showed the profit just by 45 minus your 13 to give me 32. The last answer was nearly perfect, except for those students whose writing was difficult to read. It was simply a substitution. Also, too, you would have noticed that they gave you this equation to help you answer this question. You needed this equation. It's a good lesson. Even they did give you this information. Sometimes you don't get this information, but if you need to, you can actually make up an equation to then show a substitution, and you get the 1 mark there correct. So it's about sensible exam technique. Anyway, girls, well done and good luck with the rest. Bye.